Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. So let's finish up our project before it gets old. All right, so in the admin section here of our project, if I click on users, I get to this point. Now we can edit or delete our user if we want. Everything works here, but when we click here, we're supposed to go to a profile page. As well, if we click on the drop down here, we're supposed to have profile and profile settings. Though profile settings already kind of exists because it's the same as the edit button, which is here. So if I edit stuff here, it's equal to profile settings. So we can just link it to that. But we need one that just displays the profile. Currently, if we click here, this is what we get, controller not found, etc. Now we just need to display the user's information. So this is more or less like the edit button, only that it has a section for the image as well. So we need to put that image thingy here as well. But yeah, so let's copy what's in the edit section and convert that to a profile page. And then once we are done with that, we can go ahead and finish up with the edit and delete of cells. Alrighty then. So one step at a time, let's go here and let's do what we can do. So back to the project folder. If I go to my controllers, of course, in the admin section, I have this edit user right here. So if I copy what's inside edit user, this should be the, wait, let's see here. Yeah, so edit user should be the thing I copy. So I'm going to, let's see here. Okay, so access denied. We're supposed to, only admins can create users. Wait a minute. Why does this have, shouldn't this be on the sign up only? Okay, so there we go. This is not correct, but the access has to be admin, but also each user is supposed to be able to edit their own profile. So we need to tweak this a little bit to give us the correct perspective. Anyway, for now, I'm just going to copy everything in the edit thingy here, and I'm going to create a profile page. So new file in the controllers, and let's paste that. And let me save this as a profile.php. Okay, and hit save. Alrighty then. And let's go down here and do the same thing for the views file. So view, this one is in where is edit user? There it is, right there. Wait, is it in the auth? Oh, look at that, it's in the auth. Interesting. Anyway, we can put it there as well. So let me copy this, and in the auth, since profile is kind of part of authentication anyway, let me select one of these and change that to profile. Oh, these files don't seem to be associated. This is a new PC. I had to get another one. My other one died. So no choice but to get a better PC. So at the end of the day, it was a good thing. Anyway, so profile. So we don't need the edit user anymore. We can now start editing these guys. So if I go down here, there's an ID that is grabbed. So this is all good. This works to our advantage, and everything is looking good actually. So let me come back here and let's try this again. So I'll click there, and right off the bat here, you see we have something at least happening when we click on profile. The only difference is we don't need to edit these guys. So let's change this into a table, and we don't want to show the password either. We can show the rest as a table and move on. Yes, yes. So let's try and do that. So I'm going to go to the profile view, and it's right about here in the form. So instead of a form, let's convert this into a table. Yeah, very good. Table. And then on the table, let's add a few classes here. Of course, the first one is table. We want the table to have a hover activity there, and a table striped so that each line, I hope that's how it's written, each line has a slightly different color so it's easy to see. And then let's do the table row. So we're going to create one row. Now the way I want this table to be is on one side it should have let's say, where is this? Let's say where we have the email. This is username and then email. So we should have the title on one side and then the value on the other. So here I'm going to have table header like this, for example, and say user name. Maybe username is one word actually these days. And then here I'm going to put table data like that and put the actual value. So here in the input, we have the value here, which is right under this. So I'm going to get that and copy and put it right here and paste. Now, of course, we need our PHP tags. I'm going to close that PHP tag and open another one over there. Simple and straightforward. So let me do two rows here. I'm just going to duplicate this row and change that to email. Okay, so I'm going to copy, actually this is not so likely, email and email there, like so. Okay, so let's see what we have so far. Now if I refresh, okay. So you see nothing is going down here even though we've changed the correct page. Now this is because in the controller, it's referencing a very different page. So instead of this, it's supposed to go to profile, like so. Alright then. We will change this authentication a little bit later. So let's refresh and there we go. So we have something going on here, username, email, but it's above everything here, which for now is okay, I guess. And yes, we can leave it be. I will move everything lower once we have everything done. So the next one is gender and then row. So this is very simple. We're just going to go back here and I want to duplicate these two because we need two more. And this one is gender and this one is row. Yes, yes. The only thing that remains now is the image itself. Gender and row. Oopsie daisy. Okay, let's see how that looks. Okay, pretty awesome. Alrighty then. So these are good enough. And what else? So the remaining thing is the image. Now, in the same way we are displaying the image on the in the admin section for users. Let's see where that is. The users. So we can simply copy this part right here. Copy that. Copy. We'll have to change user to row, of course, to match the situation here. But let's put this right at the top here. Oh, it's part of a table, so let's put that right at the top. Now this is table data and not table row, so what we will do is having to put table row to define this as a row. I can duplicate this and put tr like that, move that. So this one will have to cover two sections. So here I can just say course button and say 2. So it covers 2 columns like this. And of course, user is not a valid thingy here. And so we don't need a link to this because we are already on the profile at this point. So I'll do that, and I'll remove my word wrap. And I want to remove this side here. Should change these settings. Hide bitmap. Okay, great. Yeah. Yep, that looks pretty good. And let's go back and see. Refresh. Oopsie daisy. We did something wrong. We broke it. Yes. Table data. Close table data. What is going on? Okay, so there's an error here and an error there. But wait a minute, why is the error not showing? This is not good at all. Okay, so I'm just going to view the page source. I want to see where it ends, and there's a fatal error there. So why haven't I seen the error over here? Oh, the reason I think is because it's inside, the error is inside the table, so it ignores that information. I'm not sure why, but if we go to the page source, we see the error here. So fatal error, cannot use of object of type user as array. Ah, okay, great. So it's telling me this one is user, because user is defined as the as a class on this particular page. So let's just take that to row. Row is the one that contains the information that we need. So back here, refresh, and there we go. This is what we have. Pretty cool. And yeah, what else can we do? This is fine. This is fine. So the rest of this we can delete. And the buttons here should be edit, or maybe, I'm not sure. This is the profile page. Maybe edit over here if I want. And that's probably it. So the edit page should take us to the other page there, but let me delete all this. First of all, let me just move this right up the top, cut that, and we put it right above the table. And then I'm going to say user profile. Let's do that, and let's see profile. Very cool. And we can leave the app name there if you want, but I don't know. Let's delete the entire form. So go down here, select everything. Where is that? Yes, there we go. Okay, that user was not found. We can yeah, we don't really need this cancel button here because we are not really canceling anything. Wait a second, what did I do? I think I lost one more button here while cutting everything from the, oh, there we go. So I wanted this, also there's a cancel button, and there's a save button. So I wanted something that looks like the save button, so I'm going to have, actually, let's see here, what to do. Okay, no, I was right to delete the form. So let me delete the form again. Boom. And what I will do instead is remove this cancel button from here. And let's put it in here, right after the table. We can put a little break tag there. And instead of cancel, let's put edit. If we want to edit this, and the link should take us to the edit page. Now this edit page is the same as in users view. There should be an edit button here, so we might as well just copy this, but let's just copy the A tag of it. Copy that back here, and right here let's paste. Now okay, we change that to row again. That goes to row because that's what contains the information, and that should do just fine. this looks a little different. Anyway, this is a new Sublime text I just installed, so if a few things seem a little off, but it seems to work just fine. Okie dokie. So click on there, and there's edit right here if you want to. So this is the user profile. Pretty good. Okay, so all the user details are here. There might be a few missing details here that are required, that are good for a profile. Like, let's see here, let me close this. The date, for example. Date created, row gender, deletable. That's not important, so it's just the date. And if I go back to users, where is this? We do have a date here, and let's copy exactly what we did to create that date, which is get date. Oh, this is what we did, right? Surely. Okay, let me copy this anyway. So I'm just going to copy that like this, and copy. But I think we could make a function that shows us the date if we haven't done that yet. It makes things a little bit easier, because in case you want to change how the entire website displays dates, then you can easily change one. Oopsie. Function get date like this, and then we paste that. Sorry, I'm just going to say return this, and string to time, and then whatever date we receive here, we're just going to convert it to this. So I'm just going to remove that, move that. Yes, that looks like the brackets are equalized. And let's do this. We don't need that closing tag. Pretty good. So we do get date, and let's go back here to the profile, and let's create one more line. Let's say date created. And this one has to show the date, of course. So normally if we just show the date like that, and I click on that, it'll show something like this, but we can use the get date function now and encapsulate whole date in there like this, and refresh, and that looks more human readable. Alrighty then, so now we have a system here going on, and we can click edit to edit our profile. Pretty good. Okay, edit, probably a delete button as well, so let me add that too. And we have the edit button here. Let me do this, duplicate that. That's Control Shift D. And then here, where do I change this? If I go to the users, I want to check here, users admin. I want to see the difference. I can just copy the delete link, copy from there, come back to the profile and replace this one, of course, and change user here to row. Okay, pretty good. And let's put delete on this one, and let's have it float to the other side. So we'll have this button float. Let's put a class name here on the link itself. Oopsie, class. I was expecting it to give me suggestions, so say float and to the other side. So delete, this one is danger, so that's good, but the edit maybe should be in primary color, so button primary, or you can add secondary, that's up to you. So I'll refresh, and there we go. So edit and delete. Boom. Are you sure you want to delete? Back. Edit. Are you sure? Boom. Okay, so pretty good. So far so good. We have now a profile page, which means now if we link, we should link it to that, right? Okay, so the only reason this is not showing, saying that user is not found, is because there's no ID on this side. So we should tell it that if the user there's no ID, we should get the ID of the current user. So let me go back here a little bit, and yeah, anyway, it doesn't really matter. We should be able to click here and view our own profile. So To do that, let's go to the profile.php controller. Right here where it says ID, instead of giving it a no when this is not there, we should give it a default value using the auth right here. So I'm just going to get, I'll do that and paste and get ID like this. So we're getting the ID of the currently logged in user. And so if I click now, I do get something. Actually, that's not where I needed to click. I needed to click here. So profile, and there we go. See, it works now. But profile settings should take us to the edit button. So let me just copy what exactly is on the edit button. So I'm just going to copy that, copy. And let's go to our navigation real quick here. Where is the navigation? Partials, navigation. Yes, and let's look for profile settings. So this one takes us to page settings, but that's not what we have. So let me paste here. I just want the href itself. So I'm just going to cut out the href. Oopsie, my mouse is terrible. Let me remove that. That way I can replace the href. Oopsie daisy, remove word wrap. Okay. Now the thing here is, oh, this doesn't look very good. What did I do wrong? Let me paste it again. Select everything. Maybe I had selected only part of it. Yeah, I think that's what I did. Okay, so edit user ID is equal to. Now we don't have a raw ID here. Now instead of raw ID, because we don't know what's there, we're supposed to give it the auth. So I'm going to use auth like that and say get. And in that get, we're going to get the ID of the currently logged in user. Alrighty then, so let's refresh and click on this one and boom, there we go. So that works and the profile works. So everything works now in the menu, which is pretty awesome. So click on admin and there we go. Users, back. Very nice. So far so good. We are done with that, but we're going to deal with access and all that a bit later. Okay, back to the sales section. I'll see you in the next video.